Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to have a little shuffle and put up our cards for next week. I can't believe we're already kind of halfway through September. I think Monday's the 22nd, it's 21st today, 22nd. So we're kind of in that autumn equinox time. We're in that time where we're moving now from the summer into the autumn, yay. So we're kind of moving into that nice time of year where things are starting to change, where there's leaves are starting to change, and very, very beautiful when we're out in nature at this time of year, because we're in that kind of energy where we've got all those lovely oranges and things coming through in the trees and in the ground around us, in the land around us. So really, really beautiful time of year. I'm just going to have a little shuffle and put down our first a few tarot cards, I think, and then an oracle card to go with it. I'm just kind of working with a little bit of a new system camera wise, hoping that that's going to help with my battery and not dying on my phone. So fingers crossed we're going to be able to get through this without having to rush the last 2 minutes because there's a bleep on my phone saying it's running out of battery. So let's, fingers crossed, and see how we go. So as usual, I'm using the black and white Faulkner deck, and so I'm going to be just, my crystal's got a little bit folded up underneath there somehow. Right, so let's have a look and see what the tarot's got for us this week. So, first card, interesting, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords would represent, usually, an air sign female energy. Now, don't get too bogged down with the queens having to be female and the kings having to be male. Usually, they do come up that way for me. Doesn't always work that way for everyone, but usually it works that way for me. But in terms of a general energy, rather than looking at a person, the Queen of Swords talks about having a strategy and being able to kind of make a bit of a plan. She likes to have a plan. She likes to have worked it all out in her head, strategized about it, formulated a plan, and then proceeded to put that plan into action. So this is about, for the very beginning of the week, a plan, sorting out your strategy, thinking about what you would like to achieve in the week, and then getting yourself a bit of a plan to do that. So I kind of feel like, I want to be writing a list. I want to be getting organised. I want to be sorting out paperwork is what I'm being given. So it's interesting. The Queen of Swords, this is not a personal reading for me at all. This is a general reading for everybody. But the Queen of Swords has come up a lot for me over the last week or so. So there's obviously a message in that about getting organised, strategising, having a plan, but also not overthinking everything too much. The Queen of Swords quite often comes up as a bit of a kind of heads up that says, don't overthink everything. You don't have to overplan. You don't have to worry about everything. Let your worries go. Get yourself a strategy and then trust in your strategy. So you don't have to keep worrying about something. I was talking to somebody the other day, doing a reading for them, and they were really, really bogged down. They were really worried, and we were talking about having a book by the side of your bed so that you can just mind dump, before you go to sleep. Just have that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, do a little meditation, just sit quietly, write yourself a list of what you need to do the next day, or anything that's bothering you, anything that pops up, and leave it by your bed. Because quite often what happens, I don't know whether it happens to you, but it certainly happens to me, is kind of get all ready for bed, get into bed, and all of a sudden you think, oh God, mustn't forget to do that. Got to get up again, go into the other room, get a bit of paper, write it down, leave the note somewhere where you're going to see it the next day. But if you have a book by the side of your bed, like a little notebook by the side of your bed, then you can just jot that down. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you've had a dream about something and you want to make a note of that because it feels relevant to you, you can put that in there as well. If you wake up in the middle of the night and something pops into your head that you need to remember to do, and pop it in your book. You don't have to get up, wander around, put the lights on, all of that kind of stuff. So it helps you to kind of just have that mind dump, to just put down what you, little things that might pop into your head, things that you need to remember. And once you've done your mind dump before you go to sleep, you haven't got to retain all that stuff. So then you probably find that your dreams will be more your subconscious giving you stuff that is useful for you, rather than your brain trying to process stuff that you haven't processed during the day. So it can make you have more productive dream time, I would say. So that's your Queen of Swords. Then we've got the beautiful Four of Wands. So having made your plan and had your strategy, then you can kind of put your feet up, really, is what the Four of Wands says. The Four of Wands is really beautiful, lovely energy. It's time of celebrating things, of taking a little break, going off on a weekend away somewhere. Just generally, putting yourself first and having a bit of a moment where you can, enjoy your time. So whatever that is for you, if you want to take a weekend out, or you want to take a few days out, or you want to be with your friends and your family and kind of be in that energy where you can enjoy their company and just have a really good time. This is a perfect card for that. So it's talking about the end of the week being much more relaxed. Sorry, I've just got cats who are having a little... Oi, don't be naughty, chasing around. They've been really chasing around today. Every now and again they go through phases where they're just chasing around all over the place, and I don't know whether it's kind of the change in temperature, because it was really warm here yesterday and now it's actually probably, I don't know, about 21, 22 degrees. It's really cloudy. I'll show you out the window, look. So you can see really cloudy energy out there. So I don't know if it's the change in the temperature, but they certainly have their wind in their tail today, so they're chasing around. Chinook's really naughty. He chases Merlin. Merlin doesn't want to be chased, and then they have an argument, which they're having now. So I'll let them sort themselves out. You finished your argument now. I don't know, Chinook. What are you like? So yeah, that's the energy that I've got for the week for us. A little bit of strategy, a little bit of planning, a little bit of getting organised, and then you can take your break. Then you can have your rest. Then you can start to relax, put your feet up and enjoy a couple of days where you don't have to be thinking about your strategy anymore. You've done it, you've got it all planned out. So it's a really good week to I want to be getting organised. That's the energy that I'm getting, really. It feels very much like once you've got those things organised, then your worries just disappear, and you can focus on having a much nicer end to the week, a much more relaxing end to the week. So I'm just going to have a little shuffle and put down one of the Crystal Spirit Oracle cards that I've been working with lately. I'm just going to have a little shuffle of them, see what we've got. All right, that's those all shuffled up. Let's see what we've got, what crystal we've got. Oh, perfect. It's one that I can actually pronounce. Some of the crystals in this deck are quite hard to pronounce, but I do know this one. This is a chrysocolla. So I'm just going to have a little look in her guidebook and see what she says about that. I'm kind of really drawn to the colour of it, like that kind of aquamarine colour. That's a relaxing colour to me, like aquamarine, sort of turquoise. Love those colours. So I'm kind of seeing that there's a nice relaxing energy with that crystal, for me anyway. I'm just going to have a look and see what she says in her guidebook about this particular crystal. Always interested with Baron, so I can't get my words out, Baron Reed's books, to actually read what she says in there, because, just every now and again something jumps out and is important. Okay, so Chrysocolla talks about speaking your truth, heartfelt communication, and the right speech. ties in quite nicely with the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is very articulate. She is very communicative. So she wouldn't think twice about saying what she thought. Okay, so interesting. It says, when you speak your truth, you are being true to your soul's desire to participate in the co-creation of a better world and a better life for you. Chrysocola's spirit message for clear, authentic speech arises from your heart. So it's a speak your truth energy, really. Yeah, just be able to be confident in your ability to speak your truth and for that truth to be heard. So it says here, chrysocolla is an excellent stone to use when we need assistance in speaking up and speaking our truth. Well, there you go. Meditation with this crystal helps you clear and open the throat chakra. So again, that's all about being able to speak your truth. You know, if you get that kind of blocked chakra feeling in your throat, that kind of not being able to get your words out, not being able to say what you mean, feeling like you can't say what you mean, can upset people. That's a really useful crystal to be helping you with that. So, in summary, for the week, we've got the Queen of Swords, which talks about having a strategy, being very clear, you know, making your list, ticking it off, all of that sort of stuff. And then the Four of Wands talks about when you have had that energy at the beginning of the week, you then move into a time of the next few days being much more relaxing, able to spend time with your friends and family, maybe go away, have a little trip, put your feet up, relax, chill out. Really lovely, happy cards. And then you've got your chrysocolla in there, which is, as we've said, talking about being able to speak your truth. So don't be afraid to speak your truth this week, I think, is the overall message, because if you do, you put yourself in a really nice, relaxed place. I will leave that where we are. Seem to have got through quite well without the phone telling me that it's going to die. So let's see how long it takes to load this one up, because it's a little bit longer than normal. Interesting to see how this goes, because I've got some longer videos that I would like to put up, and I'm just trying to work out the best way of doing that. So fingers crossed this will all work well. Thank you very much for watching. If you've liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this kind of thing, do come along and subscribe to my channel, do share it with your friends. Really appreciate that. I'm also going to be putting up this week, just so that you know, an interactive video, pick 1, 2 or 3, and we'll have like an interactive reading done, so you can put which card you want in the comments, and then I'll do a reveal and let you know which of each of the cards when I do like a little reading based on that. This is a thank you because I've reached 150 subscribers. I think we're actually up to about 156, 157 now, so that's brilliant. Welcome to all the new people, and thank you to them, and thank you to all the people that have been with me for a little longer than that. It's lovely to have you here. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.